Fuck. Out of the way. Alright. Hi, everyone. And welcome to TWF NXT. I, Gorilla Monsoon, here with Mike today and Booker T. And today on NXT, we got Father Yule. It's also known as Santa Claus or Holy Fellow Nicholas. He's got sundriest names, and he's here today on NXT. Gorilla Monsoon says, "You got that right, Gorilla Monsoon, and it's the first time I ever got to work with you. You know, and we're going to have Father Yule here today on NXT. All my times of dealing with Father Yule came from my time in AAA and WCW and TNA and TNAW. And now here in the TWF now. Well, you know what, Gorilla and Mike? I'll tell you what right now, Booker T says. There were many. I've seen Santa Claus many times. I've been seeing him all this month. We'll go on and see him for the next month. But we all know Santa Claus put me on the good list this year. The good list, Gorilla Monsoon says. When did you get put back on the good list? Ever since you became a play-by-play caller, ever since being a cast caller again in WWE on NXT, you became heel, Gorilla Monsoon says. Yeah, Mike today says, we wouldn't really think that you would go heel again for your two-diff heel run, for your, I guess you would say your third heel run, and your two-diff run in WWE. Oh, Mike today says, yeah, well, Gorilla and Mike, I did go heel for the fourth time I was heel my WWE run. Anyway, ho ho ho, Happy Yule. It is me, Father Yule, also known as Santa Claus or Holy Fellow Nicholas. And I'm here today because today we're going to have something good's going to happen. We're getting ready for Yule, for you Christendom folk out there, and for you Jewish folk, that would be the gathering of lights, and for some of you black folk out there, another folk, that would be the gathering of followership. Now, some folks out there, wonder, do I really play any grounds into Yule? And the answer would be no. Yule is not truly about me. But Yule is about the birth of Jesus. God so loved and so forgave the world, He gave us His only Son. For those who believe in Him, they shall not die, but have forever life. That forever life is having a stead in heaven. Now, a lot of folks out there seem to believe that only means only the Christendom folk. But that means all mankind and all womankind. You see, God and Jesus forgave and loved us so much that all sins of all mankind and all womankind was taken on and cleaned away. So now all mankind and all womankind have their stead in heaven through God and through Jesus, if they choose to believe it or not. Now, alright, and I give out those gifts the same way that I give out the gifts to Onlook God for giving us as a gift, for giving Jesus to us as a gift. To Onlook Jesus for being a gift. Out of the gift that God and Jesus gave us, which was our sins being taken on, cleaned away, and our stead in heaven. So that's why I do it. And some folks out there might think, oh no, guess who's coming down? Guess who's coming now? You know, it's Maxwell Jacob Friedman. And he's coming down, Gorilla Monsoon said. What? He's coming down to start shit, I guess, Gorilla Monsoon says. Yeah, well, you do know that Maxwell Jacob Friedman is Jewish by worship. So he's getting ready for the Gathering of Lights, which is going to happen soon for the Jewish folk, Mike today says. Yeah, Booker T said, and he's also going to do some shaming and guilting on Father Yule while he's at it too. Would you stop? Gorilla Monsoon says, saying that he's going to do shaming and guilting Father Yule, Booker T. Well, that's all he does, Mike today says. That's all he does. Alright, so let me understand this. You only give gifts out to the Christendom folk on Yule to unlook the birth of Jesus, which some of us Jewish folk don't believe was a son of God. Some do, some don't. But where are my gifts for the gathering of light? I have 8 days of the gathering of light. So, but you never came down my smokestack, never gave me gifts on 8 nights. And I don't want to hear the forgiveness, oh, well, I can't come to your house 8 nights out of a year. First off, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, I do have a lot of onlook for the Jewish folk as well. You see, the Jewish folk, your holiday or holy day is the Gathering of Lights. And to my understanding, you are onlooking a wonder that God did for you when your folks only had enough to keep the candles running, the lights going for 8 nights. And to you, that was a wonder. Now, I don't really truly know how the gift giving on the Gathering of Lights goes. But I have put gifts in the house. I have given folks gifts on the Gathering of Lights. Yes, there's 8 nights of it, so I gotta come in 8 nights instead of 1 night out of a year. But I have done it. If that's true, then if that's true, then you, my friend, are truly a liar. Now, we Jewish folk don't have anyone that really gives us gifts on the Gathering of Lights. Now, you're going to say, oh, there's Gathering of Lights Harry. But I think that was just something they made up one day, because I don't really know if we truly had someone like that. But let me tell you something. You should truly be ashamed of yourself, because you took a holy day away from a man that some folks believe is a son of God, Jesus, who was a Jew himself. I didn't take Yule away from Jesus. Yule will always be Jesus' birthday. Maxwell Jacob Friedman, I don't know where you're getting off guilting me for that, but I never did that. Here comes Anna showing up now, one of the Doomtree outsiders. Maxwell Jacob Friedman, you're being a bully again. You're being a creep. You're being a heel. And somehow you're going to have supposedly some kind of forgiveness for this. Oh, what's going to be your forgiveness? Well, you can't work the forgiveness, about what you're going to be your forgiveness. You didn't get gifts on Gathering of Lights in the past. Well, don't come out here and say that, and you want to shame Father Yule. Yeah, Yule to Christendom folk is onlooking the birth of Jesus, Son of God, which himself was a Jew. Alright? I'll tell you right now, you should not be behaving that way. Now I know that you should not be behaving that way. You know what, Anna? Why don't you just mind your own business? Because here's a gift that I would want for you, but we all know you're not going to give it to me. I was once the 2-time TWF heavyweight fighter, and I want that again. Well, I'm sorry, but you're not going to be getting, I'm sorry, but you're not going to be, I can't give you that, Maxwell. I have no run and lead over to booking. Now that's another forgiveness. But another lie. Ding! Because we all know you got might. And you supposedly know when folks are awake and when folks are asleep, and they've been bad or good. But I'm telling you right now, that's bullshit. Because only God knows when you're awake, when you're asleep, if you've been bad or good. Alright, that's enough. Maxwell Jacob Friedman, do not shame me or guilt me, or you might not get the gift you wanted for the Gathering of Lights. What would that be? Oh, I don't know. I don't know what that would be. Whatever it's not going to be, Anna said, you're not going to be shaming Santa Claus or guilting Santa Claus or making him feel guilty or ashamed for doing something for you, which is Jesus' birthday. And I know that me and you, our beliefs, our worships maybe not the same. But you're at least going to show him some onlook at this time of year. You will. Well, alright, here's what I'm going to do, Santa Claus says. I can't give you that winnings. I can't give you that gift. Why? Because it's not my gift to give. If you want to be the TWF heavyweight fighter again, then you're going to have to work for it. Well, it seems at the end of the day, it seems at the end of the day that Gorilla Monsoon says that Father Yule had to stand up to Maxwell Jacob Friedman here, MJF, who anytime he's around, the last time we saw him wrestling, folks, he was fighting The Miz and he lost to The Miz. And now Ding Ding Anna taking down Maxwell Jacob Friedman in a body slam. Another body slam, Gorilla Monsoon says. Well, you know, Maxwell Jacob Friedman is still the AEW heavyweight fighter. And some folks say that they book him to be like, some folks say they're booking him to be like Roman Reigns, you know. But at the end of the day, Roman Reigns is still the WWE heavyweight and world heavyweight fighter, Mike today says. But he's always been known to be a bully, creep, and a heel. Oh, Booker T said some folks seem to think they're booking Maxwell Jacob Friedman to behave like Hunter Hearst Helmsley when he won the world heavyweight winnings all those times. But I don't really think so, Booker T says. And yeah, where was Santa Claus getting off not giving out gifts on the Gathering of Lights? He does give out gifts in the Gathering of Lights, Gorilla Monsoon said. He does. He does too. Body slam, and then it's body slam Maxwell Jacob Friedman, and out of the ring he just fell out of the ring though. And now he just showed up again and got back in. Oh, he just took her down. Anna seems to be in a bind right now, Gorilla Monsoon says, from this creep, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, who just nailed her and knocked her down. Gorilla Monsoon says. I tell you one thing Mike today said, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, I don't know if he's ever going to become the TWF heavyweight fighter for the third time or not. Oh, but he's beating up Anna right now. Yeah, he is, Mike today. He is, Gorilla Monsoon says. And he's behaving like he just did that. He just did the Miz hold on her. The skull crashing ending to Anna. Hey, Booker T says, not like the Miz has ownership and double right and trade work over it, does he? 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winner. Here is your winner, Maxwell Jacob Friedman. Well, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, beat Anna here today. Beat Anna here today on NXT. Girl Monsoon said, the bully, the creep in the heel. And now no one knows where his scarf went off to. The one he's always wearing, and it's always falling off of him. No one knows where that went to. But he beat Anna, and he's got to be ashamed of himself for his behaviors. But we all know that sadly he's not, Gorilla Monsoon says. Now Mike today said Maxwell Jacob Friedman is still going to be the same bully, the same creep, and the same heel that he's always been. And ZZW and MLW and NWA and AEW. Well, Booker T said, I like creeps like him. Don't you, Gorilla Monsoon? And I could say, wherever his thing went, somehow in the film we'll know what happened to it. Take it away, old friend. Alright, take it away, Mike Tony Schiavone. Thank you, Gorilla Monsoon and Mike today. I'm going to be talking with Maxwell Jacob Friedman here today on NXT. Well, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, it seems you lost your scarf. Oh, is that the first thing you want to bring up, that I lost my scarf? Well, first off, I don't know where it went. Alright, it was on me, I took it off, and then I don't know where I put it. But hey, I beat someone from Sailor Moon. I beat Anna, the Doomtree outsider from Sailor Moon R. And I shaming guilted Father Yule. Well, you know what? You should really truly be ashamed of yourself. Last year you were hitting folks with a Yule tree, or as we Jewish folk like to call it, we call it the Gathering of Lights bush. Okay, whatever you want to call it. Last year you're doing shit like that, hitting folks with Yule trees, and now you're guilting and shaming Father Yule. Well, you know what? If you can't have fun with folks, what can you do? Well, I always thought you should onlook each other's worship and beliefs, right? And each other's holy days. Yeah, I believe so. But at the end of the day, I don't have to. At the end of the day, Santa Claus, he needs to give gifts to the Jewish folk. Who says he doesn't give gifts to the Jewish folks, Maxwell Jacob Friedman? I never saw him give me any gifts, because he always shows up when folks are asleep. Anyway, we're not talking about him. We're talking about you and your behavior. I mean, what? You acting like Ebenezer Scrooge or the Grinch? First off, I don't know who this Ebenezer Scrooge or Grinch is. But anyway, I know that they wouldn't have been... I know that they would all say that they hated Yule. I don't hate Yule, because I don't do Yule. I do the Gathering of Lights. But anyway, I'm just going to tell you something. Anna, you had to keep out of my business. It was between me and Father Yule. And I will be the three-time TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight fighter. Well, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, believing that he will become the TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight fighter, and I just lost my glasses. Back to you, Tony Schiavone. Back to you, Gorilla Monsoon, and Mike Today. Well, thank you, Tony Schiavone, for talking with Maxwell Jacob Friedman here today on NXT. And that's all the time we got here on NXT. I, Gorilla Monsoon, Mike Today, and Booker T. We hope you like NXT, and we'll see you tomorrow.